Skip, load, okay. So there's a bunch of steps to it, Flincha. Do you have time, or do you want to do this another time? I actually want to make a video about it so that I can draw on the screen as well. First advice, don't fall there. So, first of all, you should be full health, or almost, for this drop. Because sometimes you take a third hit, but basically what you want to do is run straight, and then when you're about at this point, just turn, I'd say 45 degrees, and jump in that direction. And then jump attack for the plunge. Jesus fucking Christ. That usually does not happen, but it is slippery. So, like I said, jump straight on right, and then you're gonna roll towards that edge. Let me see if I can. Towards here. The only thing that you have to learn for this part is the angle at which to jump and which way to roll here. That's fairly easy, to be honest. So you plunge, and then you can spam the roll. You don't have to time it, you can just spam it. And be sure to only roll once so that you land here. Because if you roll another time, maybe you'll... I'll show you. If you roll another time, you can... See, you do that, and sometimes you end up on the lava. So once you're here, what I usually do is still heal. You can heal once if you want. If you want to save Estus for practice, but to be honest, you can also heal twice, no problem. Then, what you want to do is run straight here. I'm gonna clip this as a highlight. Okay. So you want to run here. Basically, what you want to do is you want to roll at pretty much this angle. Is what I use for as a point of reference. So you want to roll here because there's a bunch of hitballs that can hit you here. So if you roll about here, you're gonna have iframes. I'm gonna skip it. It's not a big problem if you get hit, but that's fine. So I like to roll away. So like that. That didn't work because that was not properly timed or whatever. So because it's harder to do if you're standing still. But now, basically, you want to roll in this direction. So once you're up pretty much here, you want to roll that direction twice. Don't roll too much to the right or you're going to fall down, but don't roll too much to the left. You're aiming basically to go straight up the slope here. And again, I might not get the perfect roll because when you do it from a standstill, it's actually harder. So yeah, I got hit. Usually you can do it without getting hit. Then what I do, I come here and I shot him down. You can shot him down from up there. What? So a lot of people shot him down from up there so that he has more time to fall down. But I found out for practicing, you're gonna die a lot or take a lot of damage here. So you might get to like that point with no more Estus Flask and you have to reset. But if you already shot him down, you're gonna finish your arrows pretty fast. So I like to shot him down from here. And what I aim for is this black spot. I just aim a little bit more to the top left. And then you can wait. Like you could trust him. You're gonna recognize the right way he turns around, so that you know he will drop. But otherwise, you can just look at him and be sure that he dies. Then here, I'm gonna, by the way, make a highlight of this and I'll send it on I'll DM it to you. And so basically what you want to do, on this very corner, so you have to basically run down here, and then once you're here, stop running and just walk there. So basically what I use to positioning is like I get on this corner and aim straight for there, because I know you can slide to the left, to the right. It's hard, you have to practice a little bit and see how it feels. But basically from here, you go straight down there, running. Then once you're here, you stop running, you walk. And once you're at the end of it, you're basically gonna have to roll 2 times perfectly straight, aligned between the two pieces of earth. So 2 times straight, and then 1 time to the left to get up the slope. So let me see if I can do it. Like I said, it's harder. So you see, I stop running, I roll, and I roll. And usually you can do it perfectly and take no hits, but sometimes you do get 1 or 2 hits. You can take up to 3. So I suggest once you're practicing to heal before doing that. And yeah, now you have to jump, literally jump from here to here, which is hard to do. I'm gonna explain you how I do it. in just a second. But the most important part, once you land, if you stop, you're gonna die. You have to move forward, but just like one step, basically. You're gonna see after I land, I'm gonna walk here, and as I walk, I'm gonna take exactly one hit, and that's normal. That's supposed to happen, and it has to happen. Because if I just stand there, it looks like you're not taking damage. But after your animation finishes and you relax, you spread your legs a little bit and you take damage. So you have to keep walking a little bit after that. And this jump, I actually get here and physically push my analog stick forward a little bit just to be sure that I'm tilting the right way, and then I start running and I roll here and do this. This was bad. I was a little bit to the left, but since I have full health, I was able to walk back into position, you know, and I'm here. So once you're here, you absolutely have to heal to full health, absolutely. So I'm out of Estus, which is bad for practice, but I got Humanity, so I'm just gonna use one of these. Because you have to. Because here, like, it's literally impossible to make it frame perfect. It's not impossible, but it's so hard to make it frame perfect, but you don't have to. As long as you're full health, you can take up to 3 hits. But what you do is basically you keep walking forward, and once you're aligned with the end of the earth patch... Can you see the mouse? Yeah, okay. I was worried that you cannot see the mouse. Just... So once you're aligned with this, you roll, and basically what you do is like you roll 2 times basically straight and 1 time to the left. I say straight, but I correct it as a roll. So if I see the first roll is slightly off, I just correct it. But so I try to go basically parallel to the shoreline, basically. So it looks a little bit like this: 1 and 2 and 3. And see, I did it horribly because I was not frame perfect. But since I was full health, I was able to take 3 hits, and so I can just heal it with Humanities. This is why I give twin Humanities to Quelaag, by the way, so that I still have Humanities. And then in here, I know some people roll up here. I don't like it. I like to run. Run until you get up, and then you have to be ready to tilt your controller and jump this way. Don't jump here. So if you jump too much to the right, that will be your right, you're gonna slide down. So you should basically aim for this triangle here. Sometimes, because it's hard to tilt it the proper way, but sometimes you land here. In case you land here, it's fine if you had full health, but I would suggest just rolling, like spamming roll to roll here. But you can take a couple ticks of lava damage in here. It shouldn't be a huge issue. Wild Vitality. Okay, these are my stats. So 16 Vitality. You shouldn't matter that much because you know, there's a little bit of leeway. Unless you're poisoned. Poison can be quite tricky if you're poisoned when you're here. But all you have to do is just be fast after you heal, basically. But yeah, this skip is kind of janky. After we practice it a little bit, it gets easier. I promise. I know it doesn't feel like when you start learning it, but I promise it does. But it's still janky as fuck, especially because you have to be precise with the controller. And the hardest thing is to tilt your analog stick exactly the way you want to go from a standstill. Because if you're already running, you can just correct a little bit, like you do for the jump in the Value Drakes, but when you're at that standstill and you just have to immediately go specifically that way, it's hard to do. But that's why, for example, before the jump, I just tilted a little bit just to make sure that my finger is pointing the right way.